43 studies on garlic in the world literature. 43 studies on garlic. And the conclusion is, garlic is good for cooking, but not as a medicine. Now, there was an editorial in the British Medical Journal, and the editor was a good friend of mine, so I phoned him and said, I'm going to write a letter to you. Richard, you have done one mistake. You have not seen what did they use in garlic studies. What they used was a garlic pill. Now, what is garlic pill vis-a-vis garlic? Anything that we give, we want it to be either nice to the body for taste or, some obnoxious things you don't want. So, West, there have a lot of people who abhor the very smell of garlic. So, to sell drugs, what did they do? They removed the smelling part of garlic, which is called the SH group, the sulfhydryl group. The same chemical that gives good smell for your fart. The same thing. So, they removed that. I'm sorry for using unparliamentary words, but you want to tell the truth, you have to really drive the point home. So, this garlic pill is garlic minus SH group inside a plastic capsule which goes into the gut, and there it delivers it. It's supposed to deliver it. By and large, most of the time, the garlic is eaten by our friends in the toilet, whom you see on the television. See, when that, what is that thing called, you spray it, and that they all come like that, and then suddenly you get that spray, and then say they all die. What's that spray called? I forget it. Harpic XL. You go back home and see there are billions and trillions of germs in the toilet. So they are very happy because they get good garlic to eat. What happens to you? Nothing happens to you. Now, garlic to be effective in the human system, it must be eaten as garlic in nature, and that too in raw form, and that too put in the mouth, chewed, kept there for a minute or two when it burns you, because garlic has a medicine called alinine, but it is in the form of allicin in the garlic, and it mixes with the trypsin in the saliva to become alanine. Unless it's no effect. Now, when we did that study, garlic is a fantastic medicine. Fantastic medicine. From killing germs, viruses, lowering your whatever you call, people have an idea that cholesterol is bad, etc., etc. If you think it is bad, it will lower it. If it is good for you, it will increase it. Actually, now we know that old elderly ladies, old elderly in English means above 85. Old elderly ladies who are still alive and healthy in the French nursing homes have on an average a cholesterol of 500 milligrams per cent to 900 milligrams per cent. Because in your body you have, how many cells do you have in the body? School going kids? 53 trillion. Good. It's not bad. Anyway, 50 to 100 trillion cells. That is 10 to the power 14. And those cells die in billions every day because they have their time to die. They are told that is called apoptosis. Apoptosis in Greek means falling of a brown leaf. This word was coined by a botanist called Martin Raff, who was a professor of botany in the University College in London in the early part of the last century. And Martin gave the name apoptosis. That is a cell, when it's told, there's a gene called the suicidal gene. Gene tells the cell, like for example a red cell, 120 days is life, an RBC. At the end of the 120 days, it gets a message saying that, look, Mr. RBC, your time is up. So the RBC responds. The cell is intact. Apoptosis is intact cell. Becomes smaller, 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 and becomes amorphic, loses its structure, form. And at that time, it becomes a speck of dust, and we have a lot of scavengers. And they are so efficient inside. They don't require even that machine to brew. They come, eat it up. Phagocytes. Phage is appetite. They have got so much of appetite for cells. Any cell that is dying, they eat it up. So you are fine. But now what happens? You make the surrounding of the cell so bad that the cell, instead of dying apoptosis, dies by necrosis. Necrosis is cell wall breaks. And when this necrosis occurs, the cell content comes out, which is very bad for the outside, and the outside gets destroyed. And this is one of the reasons why you get cancer, etc., etc.